Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I'm focusing on another diary today, Varrock. But first, I'm right here. So clearly, we are getting stuff out of the looting bag. Destroy in the wilderness, check, and pick up all the things. What I really needed out of here, right now, is the axe and the dragon scimitar. But I'm going to keep a few more things in my inventory, just for use. But of course, we need to go get another looting bag. Also went and got all my money back from Nightmare Zone. This is where we are currently sitting. We don't have Barrel's gloves, though, right now, so that's going to be something we're going to need to buy at some point here. And also the lunar staff. So we'll probably just go and buy both of those and get everything together for the Varrock medium diary. We have already completed a lot of the Varrock medium diary. So the only items I need are a limpert fruit, red spider's eggs, and the ring of Charos A. For the first two here, we're getting a strength potion from the apothecary. That seems very easy for a medium task, but I'm not complaining. Making sure we actually equip the ring of Charos, we can get a kitten from Gertrude. We have our wily Hellcat, so that should allow us to get a new kitten for 100 coins. We can pick our own by convincing her to let us pick. I'm just going to go with this one. Another kitten. So now we have another pet cat, which we can also go put in the house. Technically, we have no use for another kitten, but shooing it away would be very rude just to complete a medium task here. Back over here in the lovely Varrock Castle Garden, we pick a white tree fruit. It heals a tiny amount of run energy, so it's not particularly useful. I'm gonna grab a bunch though. Oh, the 4 that we can, I guess. Yeah, it's something. That was a medium task. Of course, that is what we're doing here. And we will finish it up with the emotes from the Stronghold of Security. This medium task technically requires the Authenticator in order to get the emotes. And that is the final medium task. So we can go speak to Toby and get our reward. We already had the easy diary done previously. That's where we are. And here's Toby. He's just hanging out over here near the pillory cages. Medium diary complete. And here's our reward. We get the Varrock Armor 2, which gives a 10% chance of mining 2 ores up to Mithril, 10% chance of smelting 2 bars up to Mithril at the Edgeville Furnace. We get the Antique Lamp. Let's go into Herblore. 7,500 XP. We can get 30 Battle Staffs from Zaf every day. We can change the location of the Varrock teleport to either be right here in the middle or over near the Grand Exchange. We can charge the Skull Scepter up to 18 charges, and each piece that you break down into charges gives extra charges. The Skull Scepter is going to come into play here in the hard diary. I've got a few things I can very quickly knock out right now. Been a while since we talked to Orlando Smith. Came down here to the first basement of the museum to get 9 Hunter and 9 Slayer. But now, with over 153 kudos, we can talk to him, and that's a hard task. We've got a very large amount of kudos, and we got a decent amount of them from all the fossils down here. There's a few other things we can do for kudos, seeing as it goes to 230. But for right now, that's pretty good. Easily accomplished, since we already did all the other requirements. As far as achievement diary requirements are concerned, that one has a lot of different options. And then, right to the north here, we have another task we can do. We need to chop some yew logs, like so, and then head up to the top of the church. Very, very particular where they want us to burn these yew logs. But here we are. Hard task complete. And while we are here, we can actually do another task. Pray, smite, and pray at the altar here. Or not. That's in Varrock Palace. Okay. A different altar. Close enough. Well, not close enough. That's not how diaries work. To the palace. Smiting in the palace. Hard task. And we will get that one prayer point back too. Why not? Next task is going to require a bit of traveling. Oh, they're really gonna do it to me, aren't they? Kitten cannot stay in the pet house. Well, that's just not gonna work, is it? I don't need another cat. I'm not going to have this be following me around for hours. So, goodbye, kitten. It is unfortunate. Was gonna let you stay at my house. I got a pet feeder there and everything. Should have been fine. Good luck. Good luck. You would not have wanted to come with us where we were going anyways. So, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Out in the harsh desert sun, in the back of a pyramid, we pray to an ancient altar, filling our mind with a strange wisdom. Strange enough to teleport to Padua. And by Padua, they mean Edgeville. The site of an ancient Zerosian city or fortress. Now, the basement of a ruined building. And now we're going to need to figure out how to get back to the desert. To not be on Ancients anymore. One goal that we could do is getting an altar to change spellbooks in our house. That's got a few requirements. So, instead, I'm just going to take a Waka canoe right here in Edgeville. And that is a hard task. And technically, I don't need to take the canoe. I can just leave. Convenient. Because I'm going to return to my house and take the same route that I took to get to the pyramid in the first place. Fairy rings. They work no matter what spellbook you're on. And now we're doing stuff with the Skull Scepter, like I said earlier. We need to get all 4 parts from all 4 of the special unique monsters down here in the stronghold. First up, the right skull half from Minotaurs. And only 2 kills here at the flesh crawlers for the bottom of the scepter. Very quickly, moving on. And there is the top of the scepter from Catabellapons. Decided to just do it in this room with the slightly higher level Catabellapons, because the other room was full of spiders that were also aggressive, and that's not very helpful. Put the 2 scepters together, and we have a ruined scepter. 1 piece to go. Also, got a medium clue scroll, so I will get that done here too. And the left skull half from Anku's. Run over here. Stop getting attacked. Ow. Halves together. Makes a very strange looking skull. Put that on the scepter. And ta-da! Skull Scepter. It has 18 charges, since we've completed the medium Varrock Diary. And we can invoke to teleport to Barbarian Village and complete the hard task. This is a semi-useful teleport for getting to right here. But we can't, like, store it anywhere or anything, so that's pretty much it for the Skull Scepter. We can enjoy how weird it looks on the ground, though. So that's something. With that, there are only 2 more tasks to complete. Collecting U-Roots will be the one I'm going for next. We might be able to boost this. I don't want to mess around with that. It's only 2 levels, and we are very close to 67 anyways, so I'm gonna go train farming at Tithe Farm. But first, this medium clue. A nice and easy medium clue scroll. And we get some adamant. Wow, shocking. It's some alks. To Tithe Farm. Getting a farming level here from just harvesting the big old plants. Level 67. We can grow Catentines. That brings up another option here of herbs we can farm. So we need to really be considering which ones we want to farm and then keep to make potions. Catentines and Quarms are a possibility, but we'll also have to consider Ludimag space and then all these secondaries. Herblore is going to be a whole thing. But here is 100 fruits. deposit that here for 21,000 XP. So, by the looks of it, 2 more rounds, and we'll have our farming level. If I remember to put my farmer's outfit on, I can get a few hundred more XP. And there is 68 farming. Palm trees. That'll come back in a bit. And W roots, which is what we need for here. So let's go dig up some U roots. Because conveniently, I already have a U tree in Varrock. And we're even going to get some farming XP from it, since I never checked it. So there's another 7,000 farming XP. Pretty cool. And now to get to the roots, I need to chop down the tree. It's a whole thing. Pretty sure if we pay Tresnor to get rid of the tree, he gets rid of the roots too. So, that's not going to work. Down goes the tree. And we pull out 2 roots. Hard task complete. With that, there's only one. Trade furs to get a spottier cape and equip it. Here it says 66 Hunter, which would only be 1 level. But in order to actually get the furs, we need to hunt Dashing Kebits, and that is 69. Technically, we could boost the hunting portion, but not the wearing portion. But I think I'll just go get the hunter levels. Not gonna be a huge deal. 66 Hunter. We can wear a spottier cape. That is what we need to do, but we obviously can't because of the whole actually getting the stuff to get that. Either way, we're just here at Red Salamanders. Very typical training method here. Ultimately, it is better to train Hunter with birdhouses, but that doesn't exactly get us the experience right now, does it? I've got some ideas for setting up to do a lot more of the farm and birdhouse runs, but for right now, I'm just training Hunter. Also, 1725 total, so that's pretty good. 67 Hunter. We can trap black salamanders. That would be a better experience, but it's also in the wilderness, so no, not doing that. And 68 Hunter. That is mottled eels on Mulk Island with 73 fishing, which we don't have. Well, that's also doing things on Mulk Island, so also no. Slightly more interesting, and potentially useful, we can catch nature implings barehanded. So that's good. 1 more level to go. And there it is, 69 Hunter. We can catch Dashing Kebits, which is, in fact, the thing we need to do. To catch the Dashing Kebits, we of course need to come over here and do some falconry. 500 gold to give it a shot here. And now we have a falconer's glove with a falcon. Ain't that something? We need to go after the fastest kebits in all the land. And we need to get 2 of them. And here we are, completing a hard task in a completely different diary. Western Provinces. Alright. Well, that works for me. 2 furs. And now, back to Varrock. Also going to throw this at some other stuff. Because why not? I think falconry is a decent training method, but meh. All these bones have to drop all the things. I'm fine with just getting out of here. And as we teleport away, the falcon doesn't come with us. So, that's fair. Over to the fancy dress shop, where we can trade the furs for a cape. And also 800 gold. That's okay. Purchased and worn. Hard task complete. And that is every hard task in Varrock. So now, we can head over to Toby and get our reward. Technically, this is the best in slot for weight reduction, but it doesn't come with the run regeneration of the graceful cape, so eh. But here we are. Hard tasks completed. New Varrock Armor 3 and XP lamp. The XP lamp is a very nice 15,000 Herbal XP. And a reward here. We can get 10% chance of mining 2 ores up to adamantite. And also the 10% chance of smelting 2 bars up to adamantite in Edgeville. Also works as a chef's hat at the Cooking Guild. Zaf sells more battle staffs. We can go to the bank in the Cooking Guild, which is, oh boy. And more charges on the Skull Scepter that we dropped. So, that is the first hard diary we've completed. So that's pretty cool. Just managed to have all the requirements there. Imminently possible. And now, since we're hanging out here in Varrock, let's do a quest in Varrock. For the quest, I need an empty bowl. There are many places to get an empty bowl, but this one's my favorite. Just sitting out in the forest north of Ardoin. Why is there a bowl here? Whose bowl was this? Not a problem. It's mine now. The quest in question starts here, south of Varrock, with Rat Burgess. He is Rat. You're what? His name's Rat. Okay. What's up, Ratty? We really don't know each other well enough to start with nicknames here. But anyways, he is in trouble. His cart is broken. He was attacked by outlaws. And they also, after breaking his cart, also stole some stuff from him. Some important papers that he really would like to have back. And we can go get them. Start what lies below. They have a small camp northwest of Varrock. So we just need to head over there and get his 5 pages back. And put them in this empty folder here. We should be careful though. The outlaws are tough. Oh boy. I think we're gonna be fine. Just wandering right into the middle of their camp here. These super dangerous outlaws are level 32. So, not going to put up much of a fight. Interestingly, they are one of the NPCs that gives you reduced experience. So instead of getting a bunch of experience for hitting a 20, we got 2. So these are not a good choice for training. Exactly why they felt it was necessary to make it not a good training spot. It's not like they drop anything in particular, so I don't know. Well, we got some herbs from it. I'll take that. And put all the papers right in here. That is all 5. 1 full folder we can take back to Rat. Here you go, Ratty. Your pages. We handled ourselves very well on that mission. So he's going to tell us a secret. Let me guess. You're a rich prince, and you're going to give me a bunch of money. No? Maybe he's going to just keep his secret for now. He's got another job for us. All work and no play makes hard world's I'm an Arctic, a dull adventurer. Yeah, sure, whatever. Just bring this letter to someone for me. It's in a different language, so we can't read it. So that's unfortunate. We need to go see a wizard named Varrock Magus in the Varrock Palace Library. And we will get a reward. Got it. We're gonna get a reward. I'll do anything anyone tells me to. To the library. Here is the letter that he gave me. Looks like it might be a very simple cipher. I don't need to really worry about that. Let's talk to Varrock here. He has an aphrodisiac spell. Nope. Not right now. He's insulting us. Good first impression. Here's a letter. He reads the letter. Does a little magic. And destroyed it. He seems angry. And it's a secret. Lots of secrets recently. How about another secret? Is it a big secret? Very big secret. Bigger than a house? Yes. Bigger than a volcano? We're not impressing anyone today. Here's the secret. He's been spending time in the library trying to discover ancient spells and magics. Fancy. I learned my ancient spells and magics in a pyramid. But he has found a very interesting spell that can transform simple clay into solid gold bars. He can make all the gold that he wants, or the city wants. And he's going to share the gold with me if we just help him out. What do you need? An ordinary bowl, which we have. And he can't leave to go get it because he's busy with his research. But the other one that he needs is more interesting. A metal wand infused with chaos magic. How would I get that? We'll need a metal wand, 15 chaos runes, and the chaos altar. So he knows about rune crafting. That's a bit of a secret in itself. The Wizard's Tower isn't the only ones they know. And to be fair, we did kind of clue some other people into rune crafting already, so it's a whole thing now. Bring all this stuff to the Chaos Altar. And make sure you also have a Chaos Talisman or Chaos Tiara to complete the infusion. Going to ignore that. We'll probably be fine. Bring the wand back, and we'll both be rich. It has some information which might be of use. A safe route to the Chaos Altar that avoids the wilderness. It's a tome of history, somewhere in the library. You forgot where it is. And he also has a diary, which might be helpful. It seems like everybody in this library forgets where all the books are. It's a real problem. It's a real problem. We have Sinketh's diary here. A bit of information about wizards and Zamorak. So they are mages of Zamorak, the Dagon High. Ceradoan priests are basically hunting them, so that's not great. They're doing all sorts of shenanigans in Varrock with the Chaos Altars and the Chaos Temple. But they've worked on the Tunnel of Chaos, which is what he was talking about, a way to get to the Chaos Altar. And it's hidden underneath a Ceradominist statue. Very interesting. But they couldn't finish their final attack against Varrock. A lot of them are dead. And now they hide in the tunnels of chaos. Interesting. And as for that book that he mentioned is somewhere here, here is the Dagon High history. The Prophecies of Zamorak. More information about the Dagon High and their antics in Varrock. They really came under attack when the old wizard's tower was burned down. Their numbers were decimated. They ran out of the city. But for sure, they'll be back someday for their revenge. So let's get over to the Chaos Altar. There's actually a few options, which are even more numerous than they used to be. Option 1, following the quest dialogue and all the cool stuff it's talking about, is heading to these tunnels of chaos and going through to the Chaos Altar. And when it said we needed the Chaos Talisman, it really did mean it. Because going this way does, in fact, require a Chaos Talisman. But we're just going to open up the path anyways. Ultimately, this would be the safer option. But we'd have to go get a Chaos Talisman from somewhere, so can't really be bothered. Talk to Anna Jones here. They have a bronze pickaxe. Varrock is her employer. So we can excavate the statue. Not every day you just mine a statue. So that's pretty fun. And it specifically has to be a bronze pickaxe. Because reasons. Let's see what's down here. We've got some of the Dagenhai guys. Only a few of them. And at the end of the tunnel, a portal. We need to have a Chaos Talisman, which we don't. The other options are to go just walk through the wilderness with the Chaos Talisman, and you'll get to the Chaos Altar. But if you have the Chaos Talisman, you might as well just go through that portal, so that's not really a real option. There's also the Abyss, which is the one we're going to use. And you can even go to the Chaos Altar during a game of Guardians of the Rift. So you just need to get over there, wait for it to go to the Chaos Altar, and you can actually do this part of the quest during a minigame. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. So, while there are options to do this without running in the wilderness, they're a little inconvenient. So, we manage. We manage. And we even have all of our tools and stuff here, so we can very quickly get into the middle of the abyss. Very quickly get into the middle of the abyss. There we go. I just need to find the chaos exit. There it is. Also convenient from going through the abyss. It just brings you to the altar. The portal brings you to the second floor. The altar in the wilderness brings you to the top floor. This place is a maze. It's very chaotic. Yeah, we can just skip all that. Use the wand on the altar. And we get a little bit of magic of other runes that aren't chaos being sucked in. Magical. A powerful infused wand. Very cool. And we can get our prayer back from going to the abyss. And head back to Varrock. Hopefully, the infusion was good enough, since we did not have the Chaos Talisman like he said we should. But here, it is. So, about that gold, all in good time. But first, we need to take a letter back to Rat. And then after that, we can get our gold. I'll take it. I'll take it. Also, there is the question of if this is even a worthwhile venture. Clay is 116. Soft clay is 177. And gold bars are 84. So this spell to turn clay into gold bars, actually a net negative. He is a mage. You would think he'd be better with finances. But no. But if he's going to just share the gold with us and eat all of the operating costs, that's a net positive for us, at least. So, I'll take it. And we're back with Rat. I have returned. Here's a letter. And it's treasonous. This has been a whole thing. We now get to learn his secret and answer the questions. He's not really a traitor. He's not a traitor either, but he's not a traitor. He's actually the commander of the Varrock Palace Secret Guard. And that makes sense, since he has basically nothing in his cart to sell. But also we could have just assumed that the outlaws took all that, so. Yeah. All this secrecy was to investigate Varrock. He found a powerful mind control spell, and he's going to use it on the king to control the whole kingdom. And that does check out. Varrock isn't exactly the nicest person. But he's been under guard in the palace and unable to leave, so he couldn't get the items he needed for the spell. Yeah, I did that. I gave him those items. They thought it might be me. We weren't arrested because we obviously didn't know what we were doing. So how can I fix this problem? He's got a contact that has devised a spell to counteract the mind control spell. His name is Zaf, at the staff shop. On my way. A lot of this could have been avoided by telling me what was going on. But whatever. I wasn't exactly trustworthy yet, but setting me up to allow the king to be mind controlled, not the greatest strategy. Hello, Zaf. Rat sent me. Everything is prepared. He's got a spell to remove mind control. But for it to work, the king must be made very weak. We will need to fight the king until he is almost dead. Then we summon in Zaf. He teleports in and cures the king. Can't you just come with me? Oh no, he's really busy here at the shop. Okay. A beacon ring. Once you read the instructions, time to arrest Varrock. Won't he be disinclined to acquiesce to that request? Won't he what? Won't he refuse? Probably. Things are going to turn nasty. Hopefully we can stop him before he casts the spell. But I think the whole strategy here is to call him in and break the spell. Nobody's coming with me to apprehend Varrock before he casts the spell. I'm really thinking that the Varrock Palace Secret Guard really does not know what they're doing. We're talking through a closed door now too, so that's something. Zaf's instructions. Use the ring. Okay. Would it really be so much to ask for the guy that can stop the spell to just come over here and stop the spell? Really does not feel like they've thought this through whatsoever. Varrock. Your plans have been uncovered. You are under arrest. He was already under arrest. They were keeping him locked in the library for some reason, where he could read all these books about mind control magic. What a mess. He is the rightful heir of the Dagonite Order, and he will have his revenge. There's nowhere to run. Bring it on. The room gets dark, objects move around, and the king walks through the door and gets mind controlled. Oh no! Kimerald looks evil. Or just mind controlled. Also, he's level 47, so here we are. Just punching me. He's babbling on about how much he doesn't like his garden. Now would be a good time to summon Zaf. Alright. If we must. Boop. Here's Zaf. You cast a spell. The king is not fine. He's nearly dead, and he's been teleported away. Somewhere. But we're going to stop Varrock now. He tries to teleport and gets telewalked. Also, they placed a magic block on the room, so he's going to stay here in the library. Still. This is still not a good place for him to be, but sure. It's fine. They're going to guard him more closely now. Okay. Okay. This was a mess. He obviously underestimated me. Okay. That was definitely something. Almost killed the King of Varrock. Okay. Rat, you're the leader of this whole mess. I really gotta say. My goodness. I also don't feel like the problem's really dealt with either. He can't use his mind control magic, but he's probably gonna find something else, but it's fine. Everything's great. They're going to feed and watch Varrock. Did they not have anybody doing that either? He's not going to be a problem anymore. I really don't believe you. That is why we were in this mess in the first place. They're be doing better now. Okay, it's fine. We're going to get a little bit of training. And we get this little pop-up here. Warning that this gives defense experience. We already have unlocked the ability to buy battle staffs. Are you sure you want to continue? A very particular situation for peers. But yes, I want experience. 1 quest point, 8,000 runecrafting experience, 2,000 defense experience, and the beacon ring. That is also 58 runecrafting. Cool. The beacon ring is interesting because it gives 2 magic. 2 magic accuracy and 1 magic defense. So, technically, decent. Of course, we're mostly going to be wearing the Ring of Life, but there is at least one situation where I'm going to want the beacon ring. We can get this back from Zaf for free, so we don't really need it. And there is one more thing we can do with the Dagenhai history book. And that is to bring it up here to the Varrock Museum and get some kudos. We also have a few other things that we've completed that could be of interest to the display. We found the Staff of Armadil at the Temple of Ikov. So that was pretty neat. We rebuilt the observatory, so they're going to make a diagram of that. Bob the Cat was a human that defeated the Dragonkin. It all started when we talked to Bob, we went to the Sphinx. Quite an event with Robert the Strong. And we got some information from Mauritania concerning the River Salve and the Temple Knights. 7 knights that drove back the forces of Mauritania. And the truth behind the Carnelian family fortune. I got involved in family business there. And the whole secret cult. And Haziel. And there's a secret tunnel of chaos mages. Literally right over there. We arrested the ringleader though, so that's fine. And we also got this book. And that gets us up to 206 kudos, which is pretty good. I'm gonna go over here and check how many other kudos we can get. There's 24 that exist. Scroll through here, we can see which ones we're missing. Curse of the Empty Lord. That is getting the ghostly robes. And that requires us to go to the lava maze currently. So that's dangerous. Completing Making History. We can do that at any point. 2 more displays for the fossils. And then Chemdozel relics. Not that there's any other real rewards for kudos, except for the Curse of the Empty Lord, which gives a XP lamp. We are well and above any kudos requirements. Well, that is Varrock. Very good. I'm going to start working towards being able to do more farming and herb lore effectively. And that's going to require a quest. Shocking. Next time. Goodbye.